gali ba su iya suna gudu muna tafiya.
Na ce musu banda sara amma wani wai yayi dani.
Duba kaliwa no guke yankolese. Na ce musu banda sara amma wani wai yayi dani. Su duka su stalin su waka ne shi yasa bai da sada. Maganganun da suke yi cikin rap bai da mana. Ni uban su ne amma suna kunyan kira ni baba. Na gama blessing ku duka na kwashe muku lada. Kai namiji ni karama na giran ka nyama karbi penny zana vitamin gaba na baby tashi kwana. Manta da kuna ma waye san ka gana an ga folin ka kamar na supan da ya kasa tauna nama. Ni da kai mun gaba tun da ni ka zaga tube mai riga na vitamin gidana. Da girman kan ga kuma kana muna kashi cikin kuraba. Baka yawa ne ka fara kai ka je ka tara karbi wanka kara wulga mai ya kama me ya kai ka China. Ai ka je cin tana in ka nuna to ka zo ka nuna muna ikon ka daga filin kiyama kai ne gabar siyama. Wasu ba su so mu dace suka ga mu raya bace. Na ce musu banda sara amma wani wai yayi dani. Cikin su waye isa ya ja dani je ku ce mishi ya manta dani. Wani da gani na ce musu banda sara amma wani wai yayi dani.
Gali bilage dozi mamma ka dozi talmanuni man na hedi se ba mun neso talmanuni man na hedi
Ciki su waye isa ya ja dani je ku ce mishi ya manta dani. Wani da gani ya kake magana kaman kai baka da hankali ne da zukacin ga duka kana ga kanka kai gwani ne baka nazari ne hausa rapu gali malami ne yana musu kaman rapu na ci da shi magani ne na sharke rapan ka da fito cikin gidan samini zo da kanka nan ga zamu fasa maka kwalkwali ne mun tauna naman ka danye alakin ka ya bi mu listen real man no da wai bikini wai ce miki ni mugu ne da zaki zo ki ci ni who dey compare me to that nigga abu Allah ya see I'm looking for the zuka yana in takkira in binne na kilin ka taso inda kana ga ranka biyu abinda zamu muku ba mu kara fili sorry mun ba ku wani abinda kuke yi na inda bomi yali na shigo ciki na bar hancin su yayi wari su kasa shan agutu dole musu yayi nami duba wasu ba su so mu dace suka ga mu raya bace na ce musu banda sara amma wani wai yayi dani ciki su waye isa ya ja dani je ku ce mishi ya manta dani wani da gani na ce musu banda sara amma wani wai yayi dani ciki su waye isa ya ja dani je ku ce mishi ya manta dani wani da gani wasu ba su so mu dace suka ga mu raya bace na ce musu banda sara amma wani wai yayi dani ciki su waye isa ya ja dani je ku ce mishi ya manta dani wani da gani na ce musu banda sara amma wani wai yayi dani ciki su waye isa ya ja dani je ku ce mishi ya manta dani wani da gani duba galiwa no buke yankolese
to ina son ka sani ni ba da Gombe ne 100% gari na ne Tamal inda na fito kenan gari na kenan and I am a proud Dagomba proud haka nake gama an indigenous Ghanaian yanda nake kenan ban mix ba solid shi yasa wallahi abinda zan yi kawai ni zan yi abinda zan yi kawai wallahi shi zan yi na rasa da Allah komai na aikata komai da ka sani cikin duniya mugun abu dukan da zan yi maka wallahi na yi maka ban shakka ban duban bayana kuma I will spare you kuma wallahi na so da zaginka da zagin iyayenka da zagin manka da babanka da kakanninka da kowa da kowanka wallahi na zage su. Your mama proves Shafiq, your mama proves, 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 your mama proves Shafiq, your mama proves.
To wanda ya kokarin aibanta ka da abin da kai to kai kaka aibanta shi da abin da shi ka san yayi ka kyale shi da'ahu annabi alaihi salatu ce kyale shi, kuma da wuya mutum ya kyale din. Suka yi yana cewa ni aka ci mutunci wallahi sai na rama, ni ma na san abubuwansa da yawa. Ai abubuwa biyu da annabi alaihi salatu wasalam ya ce ka yi haƙuri, ba ma haƙurin. Na farko ya ce duk wanda izo izagi babanka izagi babanka kai shiru, kakka zagi babansa ka zagi babarsa. Wannan zagin da yawa babanka da babarka sai a juya shi kan babansa da babarsa, sai kuma a rubuta masa ya aikata kaba'ira. Annabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam yana cikin manya-manyan laifi ka la'anci iyayenka. Sahabbai suka ga abin da nauyi, yaya mutum zai la'anci iyayensa? Ce a abin ne mai sauki, ka zagi mutum babansa da babarsa, shi ma ya zagi babanka da babarka, to kowa ya zagi babansa da babarsa. Amma in ya zagi babanka da babarka ka daure da ciwo, don a zahiri na ka yi zaga, amma a shari'a kuma nasa ya zaga in baka rama ba. To wa ka gani yanzu a zo a ciccusa masa ashar ya shiru, sai a ce ai zagin samanan ya kasa ramawa, wani ma haggwaninta ne wai ka kasa rama, kuma annabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam ya ce kakka rama, amma kuma in baka rama din ba je ake kamar tsoro ka ji ko. To sanan na biyu, mutumin da ya je ya ci mutuncin ka, ya maka ƙarya, ya maka ƙage, ya maka sharri, sai ka ji ana cewa ka fito ka kare kanka, ka fito ka ce ba haka bane kan mutane su yadda, to ta su yadda mana, su mahaukata ne ma aikin kenan. Sai ai ta ziga ka fito ka kare kanka, amma sharri, amma ƙage, amma ƙarya. To wannan shi ma masu daurewa kaɗan ne. Sai mutum ka ya ce ni ma ina da abin da zan faɗa a kansa, sai ka je ka ƙwaƙwalo ka faɗa, shi ma sai ƙara ƙwaƙwalowa ya faɗa, sai ka ƙwaƙwalo ka faɗa, sai kun ƙare kuma ƙwaƙwale-ƙwaƙwalen, sai kuma ku zauna kuna kallon juna. To daure waɗannan abubuwan guda biyu yana da wahala, amma an ka daure za ka ga alherinsu.
Assalamu alaikum jama'a, kamar yadda kuka sani ni ne naku mai suna Shafiq Suleiman. Kamar yadda muka saba faɗi, mu nan ba mu kage, ba mu zage-zage, ba mu shiga su gula mutane, ba mu neman mu san me ke faruwa cikin dakunan mutane. Shi sa yadda muke lambarin mu kenan, ba mu raina na kusa da mu balle wanda ya girme mu. Shi dai in lokaci ya kai mu gaya ma abin da ya kamata mu gaya ma tsakaninmu da kai da Allah. Kamar yadda muke faɗi, an ma mu tarbiyya sosai, renon gida, an ba mu renon gida, mun san na kasa da mu balle ma na gaba da mu, ba yanda za a yi mu bude bakin mu ga mu zagi saran mu ma balle na gaba da mu. Shi yasa ku jiri gaba, ku ta zagi iyayen mutane, ku ta yi, mu da kuka taba mu ba mu ramawa, amma mun bar duniya kowa ya ga tsakanin mu da ku, kuma a san ya muke tafiya mu, ya kuke, a san kowa, a san cinikin shi cikin rayuwar da muke yin da, a san kowa, a san cinikin shi, ba mu zagi, ba mu cin mutunci, amma in ka taba mu da ikon Allah an ga mu da ku, Allah ya yarda. Shi yasa ba lamarin zage-zage ba ne. In kana da hikima, in kana da ilimi, in kana da basira, in kana da fasaha da za ka yi magana ka convince mutane, zo ka yi magana, amma mu janye da zagin manya, mu janye da zagin iyayen mutane, mu janye da neman mu san asirin mutum don mu tona mai asiri, bai kawo muna alheri. Shi yasa jama'a wanga kadan da nake so gaya da jama'a kenan, ni ne na ku Shafiq Suleiman, ne na gari ta social media bi tare kai. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
This country is in serious trouble, ladies and gentlemen. We are in serious trouble. We need to rescue this country, ladies and gentlemen. The presidency has been so depraved, so muddied, so dirtied, that I tell you in all sincerity as a Ghanaian, that I feel terribly sad today as a Ghanaian. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi, inshallah.
Please don't cry.
We shall rescue our country.
See, I don't like people like you. I hate greedy people like you. Where that Smolly? Come here. See these little boys? The only power they have against people like you is this. And they will come after you one day. They will come after you. If you were doing your job, these boys won't be carrying this. Smalley, look me for face. General, they tell you, say one day you go be something. You go be big man. Cock that gun, make her hear. Thank you. When you sabi use some, then go respect you. Because now your money, then take they do all the madness within the do. Go do your work. Let it go.
Chai, there is God. Oh.
I hope and pray that this digital nonsense that is being spread all over the place will materialize. We love it, but we would only appreciate it if it comes from a truthful mouth. The mouth that continues talking digital, we are fed up with that mouth. It's a lying mouth. Lying mouth that everybody in Ghana knows. And this is the guy who wants to be president. Jesus have mercy. These people have done my brother very, 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 very bad. It will take him time to be able to resurrect from the doldrums of lies.
Under the leadership of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, for the first time in our history,
the government of Ghana household toilet program, the building 1,900 toilets there, and rural sanitation model and strategy program, 40,348 toilets serving 3,000 communities. And then under the urban sanitation pilot project, 21,332. So under the Toilet for All program, at least 109,000 household toilets have been constructed, benefiting 856,000 people. This is quite remarkable. And because of all of this investment that has been made in the toilet infrastructure, 5,498 communities have been declared open defecation free. We are building a nation.
Sikano ashe.
Management team, it is quite clearly a fantastic team. Professor Jambafo, Dr. Akotose, Dr. Afriye Akoto, Honorable Alan Chiramanting, Boachi Ejaku, Ken Oforiata, Senior Minister Yao Osafo Mafu. What a solid team.
Let's just say Ghanaians no nim say sebi on preduasa suku wo hoi empapa jimi wajimi emfa suku ho suku empapa jimi David.
Was there any project completed for the constituency Ododododo in 2017?
No.
Was there any project completed for Ododododo in 2018?
Not yet, but there's still work in progress.
But 2018 is over.
Construction, yes, it's over, but the projects are not over. The projects are still standing there.
So, in Ododododo, in the last 3 years, specifically, what has happened is the building of these 3 toilet facilities.
Yes.
And also
borehole, of which 2 of them failed, and unfortunately.
How many boreholes were expected to be built?
3.
3
to start with.
And 2 failed.
Yes, please.
Okay, now, so that's what I wanted to clarify with you.
Yeah, so can we move on to other places?
As we speak today, is there a completed project in Odojojo in the last 3 years?
Not yet.
So in the 3 years of having $1 million allocation every single year, there's not a single project completed to show for it.
We are going back and back and back. I've just answered this question, so can we move on, please?
It's a question I'm asking you.
No, I've answered that. You asked me and I said not yet.
Well, first of all, as for this ministry, I can tell you with 100% certainty, even though I'm not a prophet, that there is no government or president that, excuse my language, will have the audacity to say that it has cancelled this ministry or dissolved it or whatever. I'm sure recently you saw President Mahama mentioning the list of ministries that he thinks are superfluous. These are about almost 5 million people that, you know, somebody establishes a ministry to do a special intervention in their lives and so on. I'm not sure you will have the courage to say that they should go to hell.
So you are certain that the ministry has come
No,
to
it
stay?
has come to stay.
Sikana she, sikana she, sikano ashe, sikana she, sikana she, sikano ashe.
Oh, they want no fire, who? What to yem rade? It's a yem out to me, or may you move a dead. Ya brabo be ye fe ne nupe no ama ya pabe ye bie ya pro hiama ya kwabe papa wo sikanso ni medi hia o okoje sicha na wa breye mponyo no amemu oboni asikonto bo hini ye hu fitempo ayese koko ona wo be kasem no ya hye won funu mu ma timemu fu na ye brehi dollar bako sidi timinto drop wire Driver Timinto, 24 pounds, so I won't Timinto. Kakroye bedie so boys Timinto. Kenya Sabina Manmo. Kwesi, Ayare, Hunyum, Bina, Hashe, Makume, Mama. Ye. And your door, Hunyum, Namito. Kwesi, Ayare, Hunyum, Bina, Hashe, Makume, Muma. Da.
Yeah. Quand tu cherches un broyé, on me besoin de tout ça, Moudi Yedi, quand je vais na money mabusia for a budget.
Yeah, quite on ya was a yekanenya. My yakania wasn't quite a new senior there. And you will refuse to put down no boo. Yeah. You barely fool where they kill you. So corruption and dirty games. And my own refuse, I'm really in yeah. Now say what you swap for. Everyone you can't need the now what's it for. But since the day you can't run rumble, who soon you will buy a bear devil. And you don't who you na me too. Ara who you be no shame. Mama. Yeah. Yeah, to this yo. Yeah, that will come. A drop one, rap and Timinto. Yeah, yes, you could so yeah, you man yo. Yeah, number Sabasa, baby say you cheat yo. Here so. Tantini and Timindio wo. Oh, man, peppy be a yeah. I'm right here, yeah.
I'm not from teacher, I'm listening from Mr. I hope say my network is very clear, loud and clear and stable. I hope. My part was my network here, Mama me na intimate to us because of late. Yeah, na my network in a hard drink current. Yeah, Mama me na yen to us yenche. I will say discussing this issue. Munim say about LGBTQ asema ya na mehia sempa mehia sem enti by the way me ma obi adwuma enti if you know you are within New York City and maybe specifically who are within Bronx now we are well equipped when it comes to computer programming. You can reach out to me and say we can do business if you are very well versed, well equipped, you know, with computer programming. If you are well versed in computer programming, you can link up. Na me ma with Juma Kitwe. Subsequently, I can see us beba into. If you are well versed and also you're well equipped in computer programming, you can reach out to me. Now, you bet my business be very, very short business be very, very important. Ghana for if my network is stable now, muting me loud and clear. You should let me know so that we can just continue with the business of the day. Very, very important. We are also from Historical. We are live on Facebook on Real Talk. We are live on Facebook on Concern Series of Ghana. We are live on YouTube on Real Talk TV. Real Talk TV on YouTube. You can as well watch us on YouTube. Real Talk TV. And as I said, or I earlier indicated, when him say, when it comes to the matter of LGBTQ, we are not going to hide our feelings and our opinion when it comes to this issue. There is no time to play the ostrich. Now we bury our head in the sand and pretend that nothing is happening. A lot is happening in the system, especially when it comes to this LGBTQ assembly. Briefly, in-depthly, when it comes to the LGBTQ matter. And is the main reason we are sitting here today. So we are going to delve straight into the issue of the day. Meaning, if the network is stable, now loud and clear, you can just let me know so that I will just continue, because I think I'm seeing some kind of glitches over here. I don't know whether Sana Muhuni dia, but maybe Hanum dia, and Yama Mihunu Kakra Hanum so that I can just continue. As I said, the Dika Waripe Ali Redondo. Waripe Ali Redondo, thank you very much. Greetings to you to Umul Kit. Welcome on board. Ghana for to say, Wakoshe Ghana na Udi Salah Nam. We are also here. We are waiting for our Salah Nam Joyce Labi. Abraham Jabaku Okansi. Usuwa Hanu Amahu Rasputuka Kid Menad Matilda Ahinyabo Wood Eduji Abu Tanku Muinamu Hanu Mani. I saw you came and you left. Salu Jima Elias Medito Johnson Abuzi Muinamu Hanu family. Welcome on board. Mariam Volcan Usuwa Hanu Amidu, forget the Moses Muina. I see you over here. Elias Petro Medito Petro Susu Memuaha. Thank you very much for doing the watch. Ghana for when him say Betnaha, Yabeka Sabida showing some evidence or videos, very, very important. And this is the issue of protecting what really defines us. This is the issue of trying to defend our religious belief system and our cultural belief system. This is the issue of trying to safeguard our way of life and our way of living. And most of the time, it's an issue wherever I don't waste time expressing my views and my opinion on the issue, because I am a no advocate of this LGBTQ nonsense. And I say, as I said, I wouldn't mind doing your own thing in your country. So America, maybe I'll be omudoso, or say omudoso ba. I wouldn't mind what you are here, but don't force me. Say, chinchine trying, me so mean jintu. Me that is my problem. Me me nkase menye. You doing it, at your own peril, in your own wish, and we your choice. I don't care, but do not force me. Say, chinchine trying, me so mean jintu, because because it's good for you, it's good for me. Debbie, your way of life, any your cultural belief system, and a child will say, a young man, and a woye. Me so my way of life, any belief system, both culturally and religiously, is telling me, say, I did when a young mammy, and me being with you for some time now, I mean, him says, sir, this practice, this LGBTQ practices, one more negative effect than the positive. It has no positive effect. It has no positive effect. There won't in our negativity. asa wonam na woto so wankasa wonam na wo kan pampan flu mba yare awodo, you cannot foot your medical bills. And say bebre enyama bebre associated with this LGBTQ homosexuality issues. So I understand, I get it. The opposite way no. But me so I'm more African. Let me do my thing. And yet by force, I'm not forcing you to accept polygamy. We'll get there. Do not push it down my throat. Many issue, no. So we are going to go into that. And very, very important, say we speak about it. I don't know. This issue, how do you call it? I'm using this new app. I'm uploading your man as a referee system. Anyway, so I'll just put it one by one because I don't know any other way to do it. Let me start with this mechanism. With this reportage, Daily Graphic. Now, Sawusha, Daily Graphic are reported say Aflao Hospital, 2 nurses hot, cash and carry kills patient. What is this news all about? Aflao, almost say they have this private hospital, and a day patient alcohol. The patient, let me say or critical condition when they didn't call you. They didn't call you, and almost demanding for 400 Ghana cedi, 34 million. 400 Ghana cedi is equivalent to, I think, $40. Maybe what? And you $40. You have to say $35. So they demanded, say, patient, and in the family, a bed deposit, and on which you have 400 Ghana cedi, and son or ma attended to the patient who is in a critical condition. Will hear emergency care. So what happened is the brother of the patient suggested say we be 400 Ghana cedi through Momo. And a hospital a decline here say they don't accept Momo from the owner of the clinic, and a private hospital, they say they should not accept Momo. Enti nipa na wo hia attention immediately, because she was brought to the clinic under emergency circumstances or situation. So I was so attended to the lady and take care of her. Now, because they rejected to accept Momo, mobile money, patient and the brother has to start to roaming into the community in Aflao, looking for a Momo vending machine and a Momo agents. Said the buyer will my cash 4 million from the phone, the Momo account. Now I bet cash and carry, cash at the Ama hospital. And Sana or ma taking care of the sister and the patient. So no a delay Emma lady and low soon in life. Now those 2 nurses now they were on duty. I will decline to accept Momo payment. I think now you're suspending Momo. You're commencing investigations. We all know say it's a bad practice. We all know say where any first case are AC. Most of the times, medical neglect, where a medical neglect the patient, and the victim, and family, can sue, take legal action against the hospital. We know say this kind of medical negligence, it has resulted to the untimely demise of so many Ghanaians and our patients in Ghana. According to the nurses, and you're the owner of the hospital, because it's a private facility, NSC, they shouldn't accept Momo. So when you look at it on a broader perspective now, Obewu said you cannot really fault the nurses because number one, And a Jumawura Nakachen say, do not accept Momu. I'm not defending the nurses because we know, say, most about 90% of the nurses in Ghana, they don't have good records. They don't have value for human life because they feel like, I don't understand, even in Ghana, nurses, medical doctors. In Ghana, nurses, so nipa, even engineers, any lawyers, any the by virtue say we nurses are targeted, we say we nipa. So, hospital, any various clinics are 90% of them, we all know. But in this case, nurses, difference, and they say the owner of the clinic, let's say, and the private facility, they say they should not accept Momo. So, Obamu said you cannot really entirely blame the nurses on duty. Now, let's go to the facility owner. Facility owner, no, in this day and age, why a person will take cash and carry? Because it has so many negativity and risk associated with it. With the cash, I'm Robert, but my go, I will know maybe or maybe you seek and all my bear rob, no, or money escape Eddie Johnny. With the cash now, some of the staff, no crown, administrative staffs, no crown, a be out from 4, or be crowded meeting in sub boom. So theft, stealing, a bit more go on because of availability of physical cash in the drawers of the facilities, and only in our. So Obamu said, when you shift the blame from the nurses now the blame is going to go to the owner of the facility because we know that a car said they should not accept Momu. Now, on the other hand, are you going to blame the owner of the facility? Yes and no. Yes, because in this day and age, Momo no, it is a debit. I said, "Ukra debit card." It is a credit card. Ukwa ya no we use car because a use car na wona yama card. Say the beya, it will minimize the chances of you losing your money. It is Momo no our account. Ufonu yirakura na the person will not have access to your PIN in order for the person to be able to get to your money and take your money. But again, are you going to blame the owner of the facility entirely or Momo for not accepting Momo? No. Who are you to blame? You are to blame the government of the day and Baumia. You know why? Because Momo now want to for rendering a service, Can we say as a facility, which you have taxes to the state? Now, we render services and Yamobi. Nipakono babe chia Momo amano. Nipakono chia Momo mana. Yebesa no e-levy. E-levy and the owner of the facility is trying to avoid. And nothing I was saying Momo, and that has resulted to the death of this patient now we know. So you see, you cannot really entirely blame the nurses on duty. Subsequently, you cannot blame the owner of the facility for refusing to accept Momo because the wicked government we have in place today, they are doing everything possible to take money that they do not deserve from the citizens. Because now, why you do ma? You chia you take taxes, you take senate, you take BBA free. Why would Sikano who transfer their mobile now? What could be no who say Chiesika? Yes, say Jim Momo. So, business owners, in order for them to avoid paying e-levy, what they will do is say they will refuse acceptance of Momo whenever they render services to you, and that is resulting to the death of this lady in Aflao. So at the end of the day, I was saying you did blame no to I was saying you did blame no to squarely at the doorstep. We should not remove the government from this complacency entirely. Now you blame the nurses, and the facility, for refusing to accept Momo to attend to the patient who is in a critical condition. For the person to get the necessary care now, what demanding, and I said, what need, at that time now, what need it, what it need, This is something we have to avert our minds to, because I did what you see, can we say the bracy, but ABI ya been uncle, and can we say the bracy besi, ABI now what I know some media coverage and our reportage, because e-levy until say you be e-levy no every system. Because at the end of the day, They brought e-levy so that we will not go to IMF. Now we are at IMF. Amaya first tranche of $600 million. So why are we not scrapping e-levy? Because they say you will say e-levy is causing people to lose their lives. E-levy is causing people to lose their lives. So why are we still taking e-levy when we are at the doorstep or at the ICU of IMF, emergency care units? So e-levy, caused the lady to lose her life at the Aflawo Hospital, private hospital. E-levy. This is something we have to all ponder and avert our minds on, because or avert our minds too. Because Anka e-levy Anka, the owner of the facility, will not tell the staff said they should not accept Momo as a form of payment whenever they are rendering services. But because when him say, at the end of the year, Abuka could file taxes for working at the facility, and at the facility, private hospital, they pay taxes at the end of the year. Abuka could file taxes. Now, render services so who say the e-levy because Obitriane car, no Papa is scanner. You're betting the e-levy. I don't know how much you are going to pay as a tax, e-levy on 400 Ghana. But say 1 Ghana cedi kurana. Now at the end of the year, we share nipa bako 1,000. 1 Ghana cedi, 1 Ghana. That is 1,000 Ghana cedi. It constitutes or contributes to the loss of the facility. E-levy, is doing more harm than good. Besides, e-levy, the fapping, the reason why e-levy was introduced was to stop us from going to IMF. They say, IMF, why are we still paying e-levy? Because e-levy currently is the reason why this lady or this victim has lost her life. These people are not in to serve the interest of anybody. Share? I'm in trouble here. Let's do this. I am tempted to speak on this picture because sometimes, Ghana, sorry, because I uploaded everything. I don't know why it all got vanished. For the past few days, made a Misha says me picture we 3 days, 4 days. Ufa baby na pictures we Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia enye the adult picture no. Term na no we kitikiti. Any term na we nya say 5 years, we say 6 years, we say 4 years. Any ba ku bi no otene ogina ne maame nchen se no otene maame na so se no ogina ne maame nchen yu ena o ma tworo humble beginning I don't know meaning what they are trying to achieve by humble beginning. Bawumia supporters, NPP supporters, they are running away to discuss the abysmal performance of Bawumia to salvage our economy. They are running away to discuss Bawumia dragging or running Ghana's economy into the ditches. They are running away to discuss Bawumia coming to meet Ghana cedi. $1 is to $4 Ghana cedi. As I say, $1 is to 12 point something Ghana cedis. They are running away to discuss it. They are running away to discuss, after a collapse, Zongo ministry, Bawumia is even unable to construct toilets. They are running away to discuss it. Now, Adio Amakofa Bani said, oh, it is possible. It is possible everywhere. Oh, a humble beginning. I mean, my question here is, number one, how can you look at a picture of a toddler, a kid, and say it was a humble beginning? And your video, and you use a colano, the ninja, any in your mawaye, your sumana, no what call, your casatra, no what tenase, ye say, I know what dear tomb, where ya kola where ya super eti asem ye utiana na watina say there is nothing to show. What shows a humble beginning? You see, sometimes and nyoma mrofo ye it doesn't have any correlation with Ghana, any society, any the way we forcefully we want to import it to Ghana, which is the picture echoes a humble beginning. Now, mama yensu yemu be a chance, am I criticizing? Because we know and the Ukogugu, the #1 liar in Ghana, Bawumia. So now you're telling me to go and bring all the lies about Bawumia to come and tell you, say this wasn't a humble beginning. Because you cannot look at a picture and tell people, say, a humble beginning. Atai, Samikofa Atai picture, a banosa. So are you going to tell me, say, a humble beginning? Samikofa Nana Kufadu, I know, Timidina Obi, Editu Obiatem, Etimikatre, or Henny, a flower Henny said, one funny sika, or two foot train said, one funny sika completed e block, Etim Namikofa Akufadu. Nin kola brain picture ba a humble beginning. Na me kofa akufa don kola brain picture ba say a humble beginning. I brought me kwat na so Kumasi. E catch the people of what's the name of Kokuti Neba Francisca or say Francisca Otin constituency for one say omo ankasa omo ntuma na omo njai na wono kwan no kura wonye. Na nipa timi to fun say na ma wa be catch him say a humble beginning. Na me kofa akufa the picture wo sa e de be kire say a humble beginning. Na metimiti nas adwene se akokora we etimi de yesika high private jet ekofa oba etinem eto yoga chair eduko wiem ekoye ne nyoma wo wiem a wo be ka chem say a humble beginning. What are you trying to achieve? Eti a humble beginning ti ento aba maba umia by mere picture. Yen discarding enyoma ba umia yen da yen discard yen jai yen ma yerefi. The young picture where say a humble beginning. They said the Becas are Kufado, and then a chesa wire lawyer, Kukuba Kudim, you cannot go find and call a brain picture. Tell me no more drama. I was a wait, a general baby as a judge, and no. So, and no chance a Kufado a lawyer. So now, no, because of this picture, Bawumia should be voted upon to become the next president. Does that make sense? MPP for no, I don't understand. Meaning say. Most of them say they don't think. It's a picture where I'm a humble beginning. Humble beginning as what? Again, the chest a picture and say a humble beginning. Do I look? Am I going to judge you based on your current actions and inactions? And as a time now, you as a toddler now. If you are no courage, say the shower no answer no because you don't even know so the shower so and now and now too. Sometimes MPP for bring something meaningful on the table so that we can all deliberate on. But when since Muse court, he deserved to be the next flag bearer. Muse was the digitization, but bring it on so that we can deliberate, discuss it. But look for pictures way back a humble beginning. Humble beginning there the chest picture where Bawumia was saketi and no one has 4 years or 5 years. And then just a humble beginning. When you 5 years or didn't maniate. When you 5 years, yeah, the and quite to one ordinary circle, and no real and no worry. Be that. Moon ye. Akwala ketua ye de nam ne ma me asua enkwanya to na ma me ne kwa na akwala na kodie na wayi nam na wawe no apepa na bi da akwala ketua wo twam toro akwala ketua 5 years 6 years wo twam toro saa digini bi da to mun spare us with this kind of nkwala adwene politics we humble beginning what it doesn't make sense emrofo ye sa nyoma na be hwe nkwala ne bebre omunyini ade omudane drug addicts. These are all as a foreign culture near ideology be near the picture better. Oh, terminal no sano, humble beginning. Look at humble Joe Biden, humble Obama. Yeah, importer humble beginning or dear. Mon baby before Papa and family Ghana for the young come wasn't. Now Bawumia, you see. I keep telling people, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, one damage to the political career. In opposition, he portrayed himself as the all-knowing when it comes to politics. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, in opposition, he made nonsense of practical aspect of economic solutions. Najuni now was on theory, so he goes to memorize stuff, come and spew it into public domain for consumption. Enti, wo wie na wo ba ye na ye man to me no. Afen wo hu se da bi, wo di mu asem. This is to serve as a deterrent to most of today's young ones now who politics, you know, because they know say there will be a friend karma. Don't forget Mahama Katro say incompetent Mahama no. You because you have not come anywhere close to governance. And until the more kika no. And then Mahama has been vindicated. John Dramani Mahama were better than modern day prophets. Because assembly okaye biano, it has come to pass. In some form, any editor who did Mahama attempt, any actor who tried to Mahama solo, and it has come back to bite them. Mahama chantro, and then you also chantro. Mahama, a papano and then Akufado say what bruni live and colored videos, pictures, nobody's talking about it. Corruption, and all of them, they've run away from speaking on corruption. All of them. None of them is speaking on corruption. Now corruption has become an intervention. It has become one policy for this administration. Corruption. Okay, some of the achievement of this government, corruption is going to be number 1 or number 2. It has become a social intervention for MPP and Akufo-Addo government. Bawumia account. It is hard way the munjantu no way no enya yehwibiomo say humble beginning. Come and fix my economy. Do I care about your humble beginning? Humble beginning does not bring jobs. It doesn't create employment. Humble beginnings does not solve the doomsday issues now. Humble beginning is not going to give Ghanaians clean water. Humble beginning is not going to fix our porous health facilities and our health sector. No, humble beginning is not going to fix our poor educational system now. Humble beginning for what? I don't care about your humbleness. I care about you working for me. It's the MPP for now. I don't know a humble beginning. Humble beginning was here anytime because me who say Sadia way no who say Emrofono abroche for the yes Sadia way, and I've seen it several times. And who they get down most of them they are drug addicts or munini. Most of them they drug addicts. Most of them a humble beginning. Akoladi why you want to know when you're humble. Obia you're humble. So you don't judge a kid by just someone by his childhood days and I say by his you are akoladi or one you know when you're stubborn. We're very stubborn, but when you near no was I'm not gonna judge him say Usano, Debbie. I judge him by his current actions and inactions. Akoladi or one you know current akwado wa wonyi ni no no we humble but when you near no abeye the perform I will not judge him by Usano no we humble. Moreover we a picture you wa kolebi wa Usano wa being from KG kindergarten all the way to JSS3 wa being when you rise SS no wa born that does not mean say we go university here because say no Usano no wa being today amano a certificate with 5 A's and 10 A's and 9 A's. They judge him by the current performance of the kid in school. We don't judge him by Osano no wabe. Obiso Osano wa bon, but wonyi no. Obon said wakono wabe be. Yen judging is say no Osano no wa bonti. Even though na say wabe ya wanya 5 A's in there do wa bonti man F. It doesn't make sense. It brings something. Adia yebetima ka wasema ebe bua yen eni kutima mufo no. Now, Bawumia we humble beginning one is not going to change our minds. I dare change your mind and say this 18 months or 17 months yeah okay. Once I'm $5 no to CD rate no. Once I'm $4 now for Ghana city to $1 now or the dry soon say it was poor performance. One for obium. One for sanitary pad no. and go back to 3 Ghana cedi, 4 Ghana cedi, and 25 Ghana cedi. No, one for cement. First na 13 cedis say no. Say and then 40 Ghana cedi. No, one some for obium. One for petrol, any diesel na first 1 gallon, 13 cedi. And let be 1 liter, 25 cedi. No, one some for obium. And no na be there to say a humble beginning. Now where is not going to solve any issue. It will pay before from family na yen kan wasem. Very very important. Ghana for to the Bawumia camp na mun ni bibia mu de be campaign. Sa nyoma we move anto nje sa it is possible. Possible what there mu. Possible e what there mu. There na ma ya e be ma ya possible. There is nothing you people have done. Nothing. Apart from corruption, apart from poor performance, abysmal performance, there is nothing a money possible. Nothing. Nankamunyamba bemudia, ye mubi because possible. But after 8 years of abysmal performance of and 6.5 years of abysmal performance of Akufa the Bawumia, it possible. There is nothing that is possible again. Oh, I almost said Ghana for no, yet it said 2018 to 2016. David. Say we are in 2023. You go 2024. So last time, underage. Say we have come of age. You have voting rights. Say we can think for ourselves. Mona sometimes Mumu Ghana for Ghana for. As I said, sorry, medical producer. So we are going to talk about this issue because it's very, very important. Ghana Parliament adopts. Ghana Parliament. Before that, before that, very, very important. Say you share some video with.
Fine. Now advance 5 paces. Let me help you. Go on. I'll help you. 5.
5. 17 plus 5 is 21.
Are you sure? I'm going to count. Yeah, say it again.
5. 17 plus 5 is 22.
Okay. So let me help you out. Fine. So move on to the next team, and that is blue. Blue, your question. Blue, your question. Okay. And that is blue, your question. What enzyme changes fats into fatty acids? That's for the blue team. What enzyme changes fats into fatty acids? Yes, you?
The enzyme which changes fat into fatty acid is the lipase.
Lipase. That's fine. Lipase. That's correct. Give me my big hand. Advance 4 paces.
4. 8 plus 4 is 30.
8 plus 4 is what? 8 plus 4. Come again. 8 plus 4.
8 plus 4 is 12.
8 plus 4 is 12. So you keep it here. Now we move forward. Okay. Now the next question. The next question is, what do we call the organ that produces the bile? What do we call the organ that produces the bile? That's the question for the red team. Yes. Yes. You.
The liver is the organ that produces the bile.
That's very good. Give me my big hand. Advance 3 paces.
3. 8 plus 3 is 11.
L-A-P.
Learn a proverb.
Toss for your proverb.
Low or high? 4. High.
Come again.
Low. 2, 5 base 7.
Now, proverb number 2, 5 base 7. Proverb number 2, 5 base 7 says, left to the scantily clothed.
Left to the scantily clothed, their asafodan should never come to an end.
How do the Fantis say this beautiful proverb? Okay, fine. Left to the one who has nothing to do, this Kwasisa game will continue forever. But then, even though it's helping us to learn, there will come a time that we need to bring it to an end and do something else. It's very important that we do that. And that is what the proverb is saying. Left to the scantily clothed, the Asafu dance should never come to an end. Fine. Our instruction is RAP.
Recite a poem.
Toss for your poem. Toss for your poem.
1.
Poem number 1 for the red team. Poem number 1 for the red team. Rest content with your Lord. Rest content with your Lord. Amina to Usman. Amina, hey, watch me. Are you ready for us?
Yes, sir.
Why don't go up there and recite the poem for us?
Rest content with your Lord. How long will you curse your fate? How soon will you cease complaining? You hate to be what you are. You wish you were something else. Look up. You see that gentleman? He rides in a luxury car. His food is rich. His bed very soft. His wife is beautiful. His children almost angels. Don't you wish you were in his skill? Well, just last night, that gentleman said, I wish I were a judge with a fat salary and having great respect. So you see, my ever-complaining friend, that gentleman too is never satisfied. Here you are, wishing you were the gentleman wishing he were the judge wishing he were the justice wishing he were the president wishing he were the king too wishing he were God. And then you are always unhappy because you are never satisfied. Listen, my dear ever-complaining friend, you can never be truly happy unless you rest content with your Lord.
She'll advance 5 paces.
5. 17 plus 5 is 22.
Good. And with this, I think we've come to the end of today's proceedings. Now, this is the first part of the program.
Kwasasa. Now, when I saw it on social media, somewhere on social media or a certain platform, I shook my head, and for some time I was just pondering on and reflecting on some of the things we used to get occupied with, engage ourselves with growing up, First, to say, by the fireside, titi, nyomano. And I came to one simple conclusion, say, and no boy a shape yadrin. And no, and a boy a shape yadrin. A prepare ye Emma and ye mubi abedane, nipa ye and ne. This was showed on the national TV, GTV. And then, national TV, state-owned TV, GTV. They have relegated it. They are okay to be showing even content. Oba no oba ekesi, bema ni bema ekesi. They are okay. So they show content. Obi kuro video. No man adajo no ma translate wo twi any hausa telenovela any sa India kunkum bagia no mo kire e wo national TV na e corrupt ya adwene. They are okay to go and bring a foreign content e kan wo na ene ahyepu ya adwene a ama ene nyoma bebre ye hu ni forever ana mo ka be say ye hu ye ho ano e wo man nim. So o hwe program we are me watchere mu ya ube say a well carved educational program akola wu tifie kura no se bi wapon school utifie obi wo kura no wonyanko school ye nyamfa no ko school but watching this kind of programs no ema no kondo se obi ko school nkola ni bi bebre wo wa enyoma ni bebre. These are some of the programs are motivating women ko school. And kolani bi bebre wo wa, these are some of the programs are women di sua enyoma. And then the antisa akola this their age or wompena. Akola this their age or classroom and impena or hono be ma break and no more that suit class one. And nobody seems to care. You see, the issue of LGBTQ never can was we shall talk about the role of the media. Because you see, these are some of the educational programs are relegated to the background. And the Yakofa and Yoma MYN, and the national TV, any radio. So it is on the other hand, now you're fighting LGBTQ. Any other pro idea MPC about my name. Yes, sadly, yeah, state-owned media houses. Either public or private owned media houses, you know. And a yes, sir, advocating for Sanya Manyama. I remember our example. Oko China, TikTok now and Africa for the teach Ghana Yaja so TikTok. Oko China, Omukrana mo invented TikTok. They don't show materials a bit corrupt to a Munkola or China. Those feed, you know, it doesn't show up in China. But it show up on people's screen and various gadgets outside China. And until recently, even the Congress of America, they summoned the CEO of TikTok. They are working on it. They want to ban TikTok transmission in America. Because almost TikTok, as say in Kualano, TikTok is having tremendous and it is having a great effect on the mindset of American citizens. It is changing their culture. The same way Britain, so they are working on banning TikTok. The LGBTQ. So these are some of the things that you feel say about beer or person will make sure say you be maintain your identity, your culture, the next generation will be able to shape the way they think. And the way you think, say, to the common good of the nation, both religious-wise, cultural-wise, and economic-wise, you know, then we have to go back. We have to go back and bring back this kind of programs back on our TV sets. So our target should be on the next generation to come. Below 10 years, you know. That is how we can get them to become patriotic citizens in the future to come. These are the kind of programs we have to reintroduce again in the system. Social studies, religious and moral studies, life skills. These are the kind of programs we have to bring it back. TD, technical drawing, technical skills. Those kind of programs, you know, and no mum never boy. And no, never boy, I'm a chronia tumpo. Chronia no a tumpo wa, ni refi ni identity. What to the identity at watching? What took one identity at watching? What developing in you? It's a local India on their media houses, India, even news. It is broadcasted in Indian language, Hindu. Oko China, the same thing. Oko Japan, Oko Korea, Obia, Uba America. They speak their language, which is English, on their national TVs. They don't speak any other language. But every single country, they are not doing well, or they are not even competing with the Western world, you know. Every country, the country say they will stick with their way of life and cultural system in terms of cultural and religious belief system, you know. Country, no Tumpong, Russia, Israel, Saudi Arabia, all those countries, they are developing. But Sunyatra, enyoma emma ye mpuntuo enyoma aseye till date we are not even noticing say enyoma na aseye. Back in school na me teacher ba Mr. Bala, maybe he's watching me because he's in my friend list, he's my friend on Facebook. Was say wa winning na winning se winning uye jimifo na wa winning na winning se winning na one say nim say the people around you and nim say winning na we are kwasia. That is the typical example of Ghana. Enyoma na ye na MY no still ye nim say ye na MY. Look, let me tell you. Once they say Ghana ye mun kwala school ye mbo akwala. They say free education ti ye mfeli obia ye wo mu ina ti kwama teachers ni na konto su I mean the colleges, university teachers. Almost say myself keke kurankwala ni ti from myself. Now I was taking a class over here. Me professor, I friend Professor Crony, where you're the head of civil, the head of how do they call it? Security agents recruitment. New York, when they're the head. That time now, let me take a class with him. When you is about at that time I was 73 years. This was around 2016, 2017. And what catch say? No, what catch say? Omu pass laws be brave Kruma. Edru baby no. Now they wanted to reduce, but omanti. If you are they didn't want to reduce, they want to cancel by because now it was too late. And on my example, it be a women rights, it be a children rights, it be a animal rights. And on my example, was it imagine say wa uba no ewia wa de ana wo didi watem na obuna ofre police ana police abeche wo ba anka wo mpena anka wanwo no imagine say wo ba akwa abonte akoye de enye na wabo just to put the kid on the right path ofre police ana ya beche but akwala no kodi mu asem ye fa say wakosta bu obi ana okoku obi a eno de emra metemeche no na wona we parent no any aban no why na do akwala no because akwala no sha say wo di mu asem ofie na wutia na eno na be ma akwala na giant tem wan fa nkwa abonte. It is some of the laws that they wanted to abolish after even giving that so-called children rights in a gray area. It is no more my examples be plenty. Metinasi ni na meka say na mrofo na omo dey say right we buy yakura no omo hihye policy no he was talking about 1976 no wakura no it got to a point they attempted to abolish it. Now you know in this day and age now we are implementing it. So metinasi will say no wonder ele nkola na bon because ele uko akola wo school ne maame ne papa te me kofa police for the teacher. Men ka say yembu ne papa no pipe ne chi ne pipe no there you. But discipline na say me say the Catholic Bishop Conference Emma's press release say I was say you introduce beatings na your bon kola wo school just that he regulate and that is the way to go. And nothing that no kola ni bebre abon because na kola wanya homework kura obo kura headmaster no kura be twi teacher ni na so anya headmaster kura ko boni mame amane a wo na police ba school mo ba be teacher ni na adanya wa boni ne ba tene kola no o mabon akola na anya homework a teacher ntimi mo no akola na am efeli ni exams a teacher ntimi mo no ye wi a ye say under free education na ya pass o mu ina akọ and omo na group universities you know omo be we school in the next 10-15 years you know they will be the next leaders of Ghana and when they be who the effects of this bogus free education Ghana for mama yen to aso mama yen hwe video
na omo ha dra ga hino wo kwa omo ne ba ko na se omo ko prison sese ono who be so go prison say say case say ndim yi ayi go prison no ayi court omo bibi e friend no ayi president ayi offense our record ma won say me record mo no na mo record no ayi offense say Adamu Sakande na se ma wo de ko o de ba kuro mu ha no say ya no o de ba dem ha ade o ja de kwai we dum na ndi zifo na omo pam de fi dem ha omo wie ye ana omo de ko court omo ko chi tumu omu wieye oyare ya wada prison owuye emi yesie no the same matter krachi da ye ba dem ha na ye ba so ani yi na mo ye hu de da wonu obusu afọ mo ye de me gina ho mesuma ayi offense former deputy attorney general Dominic doctor ko kache krachi no ye hu bi wodem happen de ye hu ne ne Adamu Sakane ye nyina ye wodem ha ne yesie ko kache nsa won sorry no won free dem ha no won ko do obedem because ade a wo ye na me kan wo say wonti o me say president le chese ni demu na da won de so ye double citizen ana double citizen na mra no constitution empre enti no ye say ade bi ochocho ero ni Adamu Sakane ye no enu bi pepepe ne die ni aye ne say si say wa yi ne krata ri na wa kama enti wa sa ye Ghana ni ya chese woni ba kunu bio enti aside na ba amu aba abetena demu ha sia obi ani ni asem wo ne citizen no wa wie no but come you know mra na wo to first na Adamu die ni bi no anu na gusu na ye keke kana ye ka ho
no wo hwa be ye keka kono
anu ne ye keka kono Adamu die ye the same na offense say aye kokko ne ga ba ke offense say afi woni mu po wo bu ina krobo fo ma no ni mu kokko de koyo edi no krobo fie zane ye
kokko no koyo ina ya de kro
wo ina ya de kro enti no sane a we ko ye no saa de tie wa hye white o kwa mo ba godi a hye white akodi na chi
mate
wo mba hye white akodi na je na wo so no hini bi aso mu okro mu ha ohine no wono aso ye jajo so ye ho aho
we judge so we judge
we yo hine judge kusuzu ka ho na constitution sane wonim na oyi ofred say what fast somebody say na wo ka Supreme Court as
was only appealing when say appeal
or ye judge
only appealing or appealing to the president
onimumra na wo ne constitution Supreme Court aka na wo high court judge na wo ka we against my constitution na case e wo court na wa wonim judge wonim mra na jembe sometimes what Ghana na wo koko we yo ho hweye na wo so wo ye judge wo kuro wa
judge yan punish
e ko kan obi sam say
we are lawyer
obi kuma no ye we ha ka na ne ba je wo ho maybe ye lawyer dina me
so Katie Hamo ne nkola adwini we bi and sometimes you know people like us go hard on him wo sheda yi ne ni irae na o say so we lawyer o say ohene no ye be ba Adamu Sakane asem no so ohene no so we lawyer wonim so ohene ne ye judge ohene no wo ko ni law school wo Ghana wo wie ni law school wo Ghana wo practice wo Ghana wo ye judge wo ye just a lawyer wo ye judge wo Katie Hamo won ko law school wo Ghana wo na wo sie se wo ko law school wo Britain and wo ba Ghana 1991 and ye ma waiver and wo be da ni judge wo Ghana ye ko Ghana mremu no any presidency no there was no point in time Ghana obi ko tua law wa abrochira wo ba Ghana ye ma ni waiver e bi ni wo time na ye ba bonti be ka se wonye lawyer no Katie Hamo enye lawyer proper lawyer no people thought to say na enye no kore until recently wonu atu na num tuo say wonu wo ba 1991 ye ma no on say wonya clash with is it Dominic Ayeni honorable Dominic Ayeni and then so munya sa clash no and Dominic Ayeni o ka say wonu ye senior to honorable Dominic Ayeni at the bar and honorable Dominic Ayeni see wonu ye friend he was called to the bar 1991 now 1991 and Katie Hamo si wonu so free Britain ba ye no and a man waiver 1990 so 1991 musa but the records in Ghana does not bear him out say Ghana no you can just go and learn law in another country come to Ghana and get waiver you have to write a state board you have to take 1 or 2 courses and write an exam which they call state board before say you will be accepted this has been the practice but obi a wo ye ohene a wo ye judge you see how clandestinely you know he is demeaning the man arrogantly you know he is pushing the man he is making nonsense of the qualification of the man is say a lawyer. He's not a lawyer like you. He is a judge. And to a senior to you, so you have to accord him that respect. But this is the hallmark of NPP for the title KTM on in the lights. Say enya wo dia obia wo bibi say bia no ana obia wo those kind of qualification bia no wonye obia. This wo dia in NPP wo na akọ school wo na aben wo na ni bibia wo wiase. Any other person you want those kind of accreditation or credentials, you know, when you because someone come as an MPP member there, when you this is their hallmark, this is their trademark. Now, a lawyer, put him judge and him cast was a lawyer, and you did your term, but you better also a KT Hammond. Now, Mumayamra KT Hammond, Eka Asem was saying. Honorable Jachukwesi. The issue now about the same thing as Adamu Sekendi. Honorable Jachukwesi has no the same thing. It's the same. It is said Besia ya wai mumienu because a nationality issue. Now ukura foreign passport and a uchan tro say we Ghana you know obe contest and odani MP. You see, these are some of the things that sometimes it gets people like us pissed. When Nipa, we assume say by virtue of your age, the gray hair, any your age, you know, any sometimes with status in life, you know say we a lawyer, no, you will learn to speak the truth. You will not misinform and disinform the young ones now or musiamo as role models. Odamo Adamu Sekendi no ya wine. Or be MP for Boko Central on NPP tickets. Honorable Adamu Sekendi or ye MP. What about contested as an MP? No, okura 3 passports. Wakura Ghana passport. Ghana was here Boko. Wakura Burkina Faso passport. Wakura Britain passports. Passport means any kurano. And sana wakako picky forms. Ekwako file to contest as a member of parliament. Go ahead. Every year, every member of parliament. Am I sworn in as a member of parliament? Am I discharging the duty as a member of parliament for months? Now, after you sworn in as a member of parliament, you know, wo tu kwan akọ Burkina Faso a wodi ne Burkina Faso passport e de tu kwan ko. Wo tu kwan akọ Britain a wodi ne British passport e de tu kwan ko. Wo honum no wo ba Ghana na wodi ne Ghana passport aba. What happened? On one of the trips I was embark akọ Britain. And okoyi ni British passport. Nipa no onu omo nam no e no obi sport to say we kura British passport. That was how Nasem eba abontin said, may you so rest in peace. Wow. Nasem eba abontin said, Honorable Adamu Sekendi ekura dual nationality and dual citizenship. Now when you Ghana ni. Now one qualify say obeye Mrashebedeni and obey MP ewa Ghana. So Honorable Adamu Sekendi, what parliament you know? Now records were why I say wo two kwanya were the different passports and the two kwanya. And no ma na asem no ekodu court a e fa so a ye jeli no a e fa so wo wuye. Honorable Jachukwesi eye Ghana ni a watu kwa kwatena Canada. Otu kwa kwatena Canada no. Ena wo relinquish the Ghanaian passport. Ena wo J Canadian passport. Canadian. Eko school edwuma. Owie ye na oya na adwe se da bi. Wo ba be som ne man. Na ne man na wo ba be som no. Wonim se wo de ne passport no Canadian passport no ba enye yie. So I was say we jaiga Canadian passport no. Now we'll go back to the original passport now. Corona ye country of birth passport. So what did he do? What draw letter of renunciation? Edema Canadian Embassy 2019. Emma Okrani receipts. Edeba Ghana. Edebe apply ye ebe fill forms with the Electoral Commission. Say or person contested as an MP. Eti we apply ye no. And we handing over the passport edema Canadian Embassy and a Canadian mission. They now what the ma woman and was sa ni nyoma ba Ghana or betina ni baby. The ma woman no and a COVID hit. This same government ukatro mu say adentina o man ko clinic data o mu say COVID. Ukatro mu say adentina o man kola pencil any books o mu say COVID. Ukatro mu say adentina o mu say syllabus 4 years ni on kola ni textbooks o mu say COVID. Ukatro mu say adentina we anye we o mu say COVID. But o mu say Jachukwensi applying for renunciation of citizenship with the Canadian government, you know. COVID be boom, no. One excuse or better say COVID ne delay. Now, after say we apply, you know, Jachukwensi at no point in time there is no evidence. I just said Jachukwensi, any Canadian passport and any other passport apart from Ghana passport, any 2 coin. After say we apply for the renunciations. So you cannot come on public media, in public domain, and tell Ghanaians to say here at the Musa Kandi, a court now on double identity, on perjury. A fast so actually saying ye choir by election. Didn't quote jail, no. Sana Jachukwensi because Jachukwensi at no point in time, anybody Canadian passport a 2 coin after say what announce the citizenship with the Canadian government. So these 2 cases, you know, has nothing in common. At the Musa Kendi or the Parliament, not still was several the people of Bokono still no that's who use Burkina Faso passport, no that's who use Ghana passport, no that's who use British passports, no that's who use. Jachukwensi never use it. Jachukwensi went through the mill, through the process with the Electoral Commission. Emma Electoral Commission clear no. Jachukwensi never lied to the Electoral Commission. Said me ye Ghana ni nemum. At the end of the day, you got to ni yome munu ne say Ghana passport, Canadian passport, the bag. But at the Musa Kendi, during the proceedings, you know, it was presented to the court. Say any passports me and send ye Ghana dia ba ko Burkina dia ba ko Britain dia ba ko ni na any it was presented as the exhibits in court. So how can someone like KT Hammond knowing say cases in the are different and distinct? I catch Ghana for say are the same because a woman say NDC for and ajeli at the Musa Kendi in 2012. And until by hook or crook, they have to also jail Jachukwensi. Until the president can say, now, so what that if you are here, or better soon. And one Katie Amon is going to jail. Katie Amon was emphatic. He is emphatic. We're a lawyer. He knows a contempt of court. He knows, say, if there is a case, a sub judicia. Meaning under at the bosom of the court for determination, you don't have to make a definite pronouncement on the case. He knows. But Ketiamu, say Jachukwensi is going to jail. And my watching when he knows say case is sub judice. It's under, and I say it is still within the confinement of the court for determination. He is aware. Nobody is saying KTM has prejudiced the case. He has prejudged the case. Everybody is quiet because a MPP for no we say Adamu Sekendi, may you so rest in peace. We don't have to speak ill of the dead. But no we say by our laws, Adamu Sekendi is a criminal. The Adamu Sekendi a totally criminal offense. Nobody, as we speaking today, can prove say Judge Kwesi, since after submitting his renunciation forms with the Canadian embassy, with the Canadian passport, they took our Ghana and were using Canadian passport. Nobody. In any case, he went through the process. A year then, electoral commission claimed a year then, because he was able to satisfy the requirements. He never lied. But because these people are bent on equalizing the jail now at the Musekandi Equalian. That is what they are bent on doing. They want to also make sure say they jail him. Jatu Kwesi. Now I can say, oh, at the Musekandi so face the same fate. And unti ene say Doma Hini and make it appeal say I want to ye as high court judge uncle through or betima ko ye appeals court even a supreme court judge and then even chairman supposed to meet kase the comment we kura can become a stop to his promotion. The comment we no ebia anka yebe promote na akwa ebia supreme court by comment we no it can become a stop to his promotion to a higher level. Yewaha Justice Woyonuga etina bedroom I was sharing as a king I can say 4 more for Nana a campaign e de Akufo-Addo prior to 2020 election. Justice Woyonuga a campaign Akufo-Addo win 2020 3 days pepe and appointing to the Supreme Court. Nenyo obia won make it appeal and then left right center obia did not attend because it is believed say or some sympathy be or some affiliations be with NDC. I saw one NDC MPP communicator say no the reservation wo Edema Papa no kra date back in 2016 because of the political case called the court. That the way our judge assembly. So you see, they have this belief say the man is a sympathizer of NDC. Entina ene omuina are at him for making such a harmless appeal. In fact, he was emphatic. Said, I'm not going to go to the merit of the case because it is still in court for determination. He said it. And Oka said, oh, Kaununa Jimudi, court the Supreme Court, and you will be on the left instead of going on the right. Where a case, it has already been judged at the Supreme Court. And Oka said, lawyer Koku Azar, Professor Koku Azar, I bet na Metro TV last week. I condemn the entire Supreme Court. We are condemning the entire Supreme Court. Why are you not reacting to his comments? Professor Koku Azar has shit on our Supreme Court just last few days on Metro TV Good Morning Ghana with Randy Abbey. Why are you not attacking Professor Koku Azar? He was direct and emphatic. He says the Supreme Court has erred. What they did is wrong. The Australian law now, section 9(4), it is wrongly interpreted by the Supreme Court. It is wrong. He said it. And you people are not attacking Professor Koku Azar because they be on wo ye Ghana na ni nyahare. One wo ye obeka na adwene akere. And mo ye soso a wo de mobekọ international. So Professor Koku Azar the moyi money to say the man to the okai. He said it from the Chief Justice all the way to the last person on the bench. They were wrong. They don't even understand the Constitution of Ghana. They don't understand Article 8 and Article 94 of the Constitution. They don't understand all of them. He said it several times emphatically on Metro TV. You are not attacking Professor Koko Azar because one will tell you of America Naba. Doma hene dia money no mo like no say mouth money na take Ghana ho. Until you can shit on him and nothing will happen. Ghana for. You see crow we on ya nya butra, I'm telling you. It's not any my because way akoye bibi to say discrimination. It's not akoye discriminating. Obi ya dia okay. Justice Onyoniga ye. Chairman is in Ghana. Was in Ghana. What's the name? Katie Amon. It was in Ghana. We were here. Achim Amotio for the pain. I catch that say you're criticizing. You're criticizing MPP na you're crossing for ma. And you're a private jet. Edema Achim how do you call it? Amotio for the pain. And you two call Lagos, Nigeria. We're a government appointee and we're a public servant. Katie Amon, we know to promote. You are here. You were GMPC. I could for the time 1.5 million Ghana cedi. Edema Ochimai. Ochihini say one fan the birthday. One fan could do green grass. Any in Mia Ewa Achim. You guys are all here. Munka Wansem. Okoto dia ni budget. Wait a discrimination. And all this, Attorney General Godfrey Dame, when one releases statements. Now he's out and about releasing statement to intimidate a paramount chief and a high court judge. I was yet a father to him when it comes to law. Ghana for LGBT.
This country is in serious trouble, ladies and gentlemen. We are in serious trouble. We need to rescue this country, ladies and gentlemen. The presidency has been so depraved, so muddied, so dirtied, that I tell you in all sincerity as a Ghanaian, that I feel terribly sad today as a Ghanaian. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi, inshallah.
Please don't cry.
We shall rescue our country.
We shall rescue our country. A very, very important say we rescue our country because they are then acquiring Ghana Parliament adopts anti-LGBTQ bill. Ghana's Parliament adopts anti-LGBTQ. Let me enlarge it. I think say let me see. That's one thing. Oh shit. Okay, I think now it's okay. Ghana Parliament adopts anti-LGBTQ bill. Now, let me say, Enra, we all saw what transpired in the parliament in the Parliament of Ghana. Say the LGBT homosexuality bill now our parliament now. For months, MPP were doing everything possible to sabotage the passage or even the laying of the bill in parliament, because they have to lay the bill in parliament after 21 days, and then whatever they have to debate on it, whatever, then it will be voted upon to become law. And when they vote upon it and to adopt it, then the president will assent to it, then it becomes law. ENRA, it was laid before parliament. In fact, the Speaker of Parliament was being smart, Abambabe. We also what he did. So if you think you have anything to say about the bill, you can raise your hand or you can stand up. We also how the Parliament of Ghana suddenly became a cemetery. All those people who are or who are doing everything possible to frustrate the laying of the bill in Parliament, suddenly became deaf and dumb. They couldn't speak. They were all quiet. To God be the glory. It has been laid. Now, something happened. I'm coming. Something happened. And that is the reason why we are all here. So you could see Honorable Muntaka Mubarak. This came from him, reported by UTV. We are happy to eat grass. We are happy to starve to death. But we will keep our values and culture. I am happy we are joining the likes of Uganda to pass this LGBTQ bill. Honorable Muntaka Mubarak, the MP for Asawasi constituency, was very emphatic, never means words, stated or said, we are very happy. In fact, if we are going to starve to death, so be it. But for us to do away with our values and cultural belief system there, and you see, these are the emphatic statements. We want to see all our parliamentarians, if only they are interested in serving the interests of the nation, we want to see them publicly comment on or make statements like this in public. Now, Honorable Muntaka Mubarak said nothing different from what the Constitution said. As I told you, Honorable Muntaka Mubarak said exactly what the Constitution encouraged us to say or do at all times. Chapter 5, Article 20 says, every person is entitled to enjoy, practice, profess, maintain, and promote any culture, language, tradition, or religious subject to the provisions of this Constitution. 2. All customary practices which dehumanize or are injurious to the physical and mental well-being of a person are prohibited. And that's why Honorable Muntaka Ekachre Omo said, we are happy to eat grass. We are happy to starve to death. But we will keep our values and culture. Kurobia won culture. Kurobia won values. And the examples I'm going to give you, they say, over America, it is their culture and their values say, Obia and worry bako. Obia obe worry more than one Obia no a committed crime and will be taken on through the legal means. Oko Britain, their culture and their belief system, say, nipa bia and worry bako. And yes, in Britain, they have over 2.4 million Muslims. But yes, still, you cannot marry more than one because it is the culture of Britain. Over America, we have over 4 or 5 million Muslims in America. But yes, still, it is their culture say you only marry one. The LGBTQ community, they are not even up to 2 million in America here. It's still a small community. But they have their right to practice whatever they want to practice because it is believed, say, they are originally Americans. So it is their right to do whatever they do. That's why they have been given that right to practice their homosexuality. But it is believed also, say, if you are a Muslim, originally you are not from this country. If you are a traditional believer, if you are a Hindu, originally you are not from this country. So you have no right to practice, to marry more than one, to practice polygamy. You have no right. And originally, Ghana and Africa, it is our right to say we can marry more than one. It is our right to say man marries a woman marries a man. But it is not within our right or practice to say bema be ware bema ana oba be ware oba. Yedi be ye sound kwasi adwuma ne de. Enya nka ye bedi mwura. Enya nka ye be starve ekom be kuyen. And these are the bold decisions, Your person, you say you're parliamentarian. Your person, you say policy makers, your lawmakers, and I down my heart to Honorable Muntaka for making such an emphatic statement. Because before you became a parliamentarian, you were a Ghanaian. before you became educated, you know, and said they are fighting for human rights. You were a Muslim or a Christian or a traditional belief system, a believer. And we all forbid our various cultural belief system and religious practices, you know, forbid this kind of inhumane act, which has been forbidden by the Constitution. And we need more people like Sam George, Honorable Muntaka, Okujeto Ablakwa, Honorable Murtala Muhammad, ABA Fuseni, Inusa Fuseni. We need a lot of them in our parliament and in our political environment, you know, for them to stand and protect the values of the of Ghana. That is what we need. We say no to homosexuality. And I can say it every day, anywhere, at any time. I don't hate them. I don't hate them. I work with them. I mingle with them. That is what they want to do. But I am not going to promote it in my country. Because if I want to promote homosexuality in America, they will say no. In fact, I will be arrested. I don't hate them. They can do whatever they want to do. That is their life. But do not force us to also accept what you think is good for you. Do not. So Honorable Muntaka did not mince words. He said it as it is. Yedibe masa onkosi adwuma we akoso oman ni mu de. Ekombe kunyen. Yebedi nwura. Yebedi nwura. 1983 ene sha se di yoro ya noa eburo keke na ya noa na ya de ya pete powdered pepper ene anwa enu kra anwa no kra bi ye coconut oil e bi ye katonwa e bi kra so ye what's the name shea butter muka be say mankade e bi kra ye no nkuto na ya nane na e de egusu na ya di. We didn't die. Ye yanwu enye sikeni bra aba aba yoso ene e wo man nim ene bema ye culture we say ye protect no because of America for say and Britain for say enu ntine yoso ye ade de omu ye bia na ye constitution na ka cho say ade a wo be ye be dehumanize wo no ade a wo be ye bia na e bema wo ye oba ebema amanfo anya different reservation about you, no, it has been prohibited. Adia we bema na we ya ebema amanfo benya different reservation about you, no, it has been prohibited, you know, 26-2, no, and so you are forcing yourself to try and accept it. Now, this is what happened. Oslo usu tiemi yepa Honorable Oslo usu essay nkofo yo do omochi I'm telling you nsema obekeka tie we a lawyer. Oslo usu is a well-trained lawyer. I don't know whether she ever practiced before, but we a lawyer. Oslo usu say oral and anal sex, regardless of whether it is between man and woman, man and man, or woman and woman, is illegal under our law. So if there is anybody practicing oral or anal sex today, please note that what you are doing is against the existing emphasis, against the existing law of Ghana. Because it is unnatural carnal knowledge. I will urge any woman who is being subjected to any such practice under the guise of heterosexual sex to report to the police. Osla Owusu Ekofo. Osla Owusu. Osla Owusu say, se bema befa ni yonko bema atu. Se bema befa oba atu. Se oba befa ni yonko oba. Eye criminal offense. Eye prohibited in Ghana. Because titi nano ye wo emra wo my Ghana mu a ebra sa adia no sa nkwasi adwuma no eye nkwasi adwuma already ye wo bra ye wo mra ebra sa nkwasi adwuma no osoro wusu na kan teni enti obi biara wo ye sa adia ni bia no se uyo oba na ukunu di sa adia ni diu ana o boyfriend ana uyo oba na umami bidi wa oba ni oba in 10 no for report to the bakone ne yenchi no. That is the impudence of a dying cockroach. That is nipa yesi abobia be wu a wopre because allegedly yesi currently even though one want to name to say one waye bi da meduro still currently what aso ye bi because anche any information ba say ne office workers in you mam you no mo kuntokwa won ho because no mo twekura because oslo wuso ema ba ko attention more than ba ko e no mo kun ntokwa e wo office wo from allegedly no mo brabra asasem no so yem fa no ntunche oslo wuso enne e ka kire Ghana fo say se wo ye oba na ukunu fa woto ana wo boyfriend fa woto ana wo ye oba na obi wo yonko bad ne sa fa efiwa a criminal offense because Ghana ye wo mra na mra we lawyer tieni ye we lawyer women say they are protecting the constitution of the republic. Women say they are protecting the laws of Ghana because they are lawmakers or ye lawyer but okotina nana ba na moa enim e ka kire Ghana fo say wono wa practicing lesbianism pe wono wa practicing lesbianism pain. Don't forget to say crime has no expiration date and ignorance of the law is not an excuse. Criminal Act of Ghana 1960 about mun check mami oslo usu wadi how many years mun check mami 1960 any enacted Criminal Act of Ghana under Kwame Nkrumah. And that is the act a banning on carnal natural knowledge. Sa homosexuality in 1960. And the who call SS. Who call SS 1980s, 70s, 80s, and who call SS. It who call SS 1980s, you know. I will practicing lesbianism. No. Na enye under the against the law. Na ye criminal offense. But you felt bold to come and sit on national TV to tell us, say, oh, you who experimenting, who experiencing lesbianism in your high school age or days. Now, who are high schooler, you must be between 16 to 18 years. So you, by the time I will be high school year, now you are when you're 18 years and over. And that means at the end of the year, you were in full knowledge of what you were doing. So it's a criminal offense. And when you are going to be jailed or going to be tried, you are not going to be tried as a juvenile. Osino Usu, this is what Osino Usu told us. This is what Osino Usu told us. Osino Usu say, I practice lesbianism to experiment. I have no regrets. Wait until you are somewhere about 2 years in you. I remember sometimes last year on Asempa, my social video, no my videos mean if YouTube, any Ghana web, I had the video. Maybe I have program but my social mean for some reason. Maybe Mrs. laptop in here. I will confirm say when we were practicing last year. Time now, omuko be sa homosexual office do Accra. A omuko close Moses for mo ni mo ni Rasmo Barak mo edi asem so aya no. She was interviewed on Asempa by Obi. She was in the studio. Obi na no ka say wonu wa practice. I had the video. Na me hu be a video na kwashe. Just last year 2022. Just last year, so 2021. 2022. She admitted to practicing lesbianism, which is a crime. When you're loyal, okay, it's one thing to commit a crime. It's another thing to publicly pronounce, say, what commit a crime. Why you abiano, emranu nuweni, obienu, what's a Philip Bull to come and tell us, say, even Unkola Omusha as role model, no, they can also practice it when it is a criminal offense. Now look at it this way too. There were Kroma Osulowusu a lawyer. Osula Owusu a lawyer, SI a member of parliament for 4 terms in years ago. We're a policy maker, we're a lawmaker. There were Kroma Ena and Che this year. Kamala Harris eba Ghana. Now ba Ghana DNC.
Let me be clear about where we stand. First of all, for the American press who are here, you know that a great deal of work in my career has been to address human rights issues, equality issues across the board, including as it relates to the LGBT community. And I feel very strongly about the importance of supporting the freedom and supporting and fighting for equality among all people, and that all people be treated equally. I will also say that this is an issue that we consider, and I consider, to be a human rights issue, and that will not change.
Oh, yes. What's the name?
Kano Youngs of the New York Times.
Zolan. Ms. Young, so thank you for the question. First of all, we don't have any such legislation here in Ghana. A bill has been proposed to the Parliament of. So thank you for the question. First of all, we don't have any such legislation here in Ghana. Ms. Young, so thank you for the question. First of all, we don't have any such legislation here in Ghana. Ms. Young, so thank you for the question. First of all, we don't have any such legislation here in Ghana. A bill has been.
Akufo-Addo, Kamala Harris, travel over 5,000 kilometers, some miles away from the American soil. Eba Ghana, eba katre say. Well, no, the matter of homosexuality, no, obiye nim no. Say we are an ardent advocate of that homosexuality because she consider it as a human rights issue, and that mentality now, one opinion now, it will never change. That is the worst of Kamala Harris. Akufo-Addo, touted as a lawyer and a human rights lawyer as such, even though I contest it, every lawyer is a human rights lawyer. We don't have any specialty in law. I can't say we a human rights law. Every lawyer be a human rights lawyer because every lawyer is fighting for the right of an individual or a human. So every lawyer is a human right, whether it's an accident lawyer, whether it's a housing lawyer, whether it's a whatever law, a human right. Akufo-Addo Jina Kamala Harris enim, any international community enim, and I believe say that time now Akufo-Addo Kasano cannot also because she is an ardent advocate of homosexuality too. Akufo-Addo as a so-called lawyer no, ejina yenim Osulawusu Okroma, she was here, she's in this country. Osulawusu ewa enim say yawamra already. Akufo-Addo Katre said we don't have such legislation in Ghana. Osulawusu as a lawyer, as a parliamentarian, knew say the president goofed, the president lied. Knew say Akufo-Addo chantro. Knew say Akufo-Addo didn't even understand what he was talking about. Knew say Akufo-Addo yakasa Akufo-Addo niya enturonie.
Ana first pa na nanka nyakupo puni pa nka Akufo-Addo tenko. Oh. One kind of correct. He's a liar. Debi ukwe. He's a liar. Ana first pa na nanka nyakupo puni pa nka Akufo-Addo tenko. Oh. One kind of correct.
He's a liar. Debbie, he is a liar. Bau liar.
First, just Akufo-Addo no. Uhu na won say entroni. Oslowusu knew say there is a law in Ghana already. Oslowusu knew. But because she also ascribed to this homosexuality nonsense, you know. Akufo-Addo ejina abonten e ka kire obia say Ghana yenimre bia na afei na there is a private members bill in parliament for consideration. Oslowusu amma abonten am be kan kire Ghana for say me a lawyer na me I'm serving the interests of Ghanaians. I am a lawmaker. I am a policy maker. Even though I ascribe to this nonsense called homosexuality, no, but I'm here to defend the constitution and the laws of Ghana, no. Adi Akufo-Addo kai no enya no kore na Ghana ye womra. She sat unconcerned for Akufo-Addo to lie through his teeth, to mislead Ghanaians, to mislead the international community. Say emre bie ni Ghana e bra sam kwasi edwuma no. It has to take the effort of some of us, our young lawyers, to come out with some of the provisions of the constitution, to come out with the criminal, I think it's section 104, either section 104 of the criminal code or section 106, Emubako, and speaking about, I think it's section 106, about unnatural carnal knowledge. Say bema befa ni yonku bema ana oba befa ni yonku ba ana oba ana bema befa aboa aya jeli amanfo Ghana dada still amanfo kra be cases e wo court me ametiwe just last year obi fa boy bi to e wo Kumasi Mochizongu me ne me nkrofo ye di asem no court e ma boy ne ye remanding no for months echire and the family and there's evidence in you. We have police report, we have doctor's reporter for forced penetration through the anal of the boy. We have it. But because say sika semswa, you for lawyer, you da something called court, you sika semswa boy in the family, e pushi sika, e ma asemno at the end of the day, omu bu asemni to buy. But unless you need evidence. Akufo-Addo e ka kire say.
Let me be clear about where we stand. First of all, for the American press who are here, you know that a great deal of work in my career has been to address human rights issues, equality issues across the board, including as it relates to the LGBT community. And I feel very strongly about the importance of supporting the freedom and supporting and fighting for equality among all people, and that all people be treated equally. I will also say that this is an issue that we consider, and I consider, to be a human rights issue, and that will not change.
Yes. What's the name?
Kano Youngs of the New York Times.
Zolan. Ms. Young, so thank you for the question. First of all, we don't have any such legislation here in Ghana. A bill is being proposed to the Parliament of Ghana, which has all kinds of ramifications, which is now being considered by the Parliament. It hasn't been passed, so the statement that there is legislation in Ghana to that effect is not accurate. No legislation. The bill is going through the Parliament. It's going through the Parliament. The Attorney General has found it necessary to speak to the committee. So the statement that there is legislation in Ghana to that effect is not accurate. No legislation. Which is now being considered by the Parliament. It hasn't been passed, so the statement that there is legislation in Ghana to that effect is not accurate. No legislation. The bill is going through the Parliament. It's going through the Parliament. The Attorney General has found it necessary to speak to the committee about it regarding the constitutionality or otherwise of several of its provisions, and the Parliament is dealing with it. At the end of the process, I will come in. But in the meantime, the Parliament is dealing with it. And I have no doubt that the Parliament of Ghana will show, as it has done in the past, first of all, its sensitivity to human rights issues, as well as to the feelings of our population, and will come out with a responsible response to the proposed. The legislation was a legislation that is being provided as a private member's bill. This is not an official legislation of the government, but it is one that has been mooted by a handful of private members. So we will see what the final outcome of it. But my understanding from a recent discussion I had with the chairman of the committee, the substantial elements of the bill have already been modified as a result of the intervention of the Attorney General. We will see what the final outcome.
So now, between Eslausa or Kase and Mrawo, already there is a law that bans homosexuality. Any the president Waka said there is no legislation in Ghana to ban that has already forbidden the practice of homosexuality. Who is lying? And I can emphatically tell you, say the president is lying because he's known to be a liar since day one. He is known to be a liar. But my issue here is na Oslo Usu what Kroma and on Nisa Kufado Chantro and on Nisa Kufado Kayano was misleading Yano Kure. Ah, Wakase and Rebian or on Oslo Usu himself Bravo. I didn't think a 1 month bonte am the country you say to say they no catches and Bravo Hono. I wouldn't say Bravo Hono. I didn't think Enra. Akufado Kas asked me one the country say and Bravo Hono the Akufado Kayan Yanokure. Because she supports homosexuality. Because she herself used to be one of them. From what she told us. Because Okatra said when we are practicing that she's not ashamed and she never regrets. Now, this is a challenge to the MPP. MPP. Adia Ghana for pese omuhu ana womuti free muhoni. Now, the bill, they said Akufo-Addo Ekayeno, was saying the bill is being sponsored by a handful of people. There is a nipa bakumi enumi ensebi, so that the Americans can target them. We know some of them were even denying visas. Murtala Muhammad and I think Sam George Mo, Emma, Sam George Bekan will Metro TV Good Morning Ghana. He said the Speaker of Parliament of Uganda after passing the LGBTQ. Fine, you're fine. Now we knew say and we know say the LGBTQ bill, to say the President Kayano, is being sponsored by it's a private members bill. From the CNRA, our parliament. From the CNRA, Ghana Parliament adopts LGBTQ bill. So Ghana Parliament 275 parliamentarians and adopted. Now we know say the NDC side are totally for the bill, even though it is a private members bill. From whatever transpired yesterday in Parliament, has confirmed to us say the NDC side are in total support of the private members bill. Again, from whatever happened yesterday, transpired in Parliament yesterday, also tells us say the MPP side are mute on the private members bill. So subsequently, it has been adopted by Parliament. Can we now say the bill should move from being a private members bill to a state bill? This is something, a challenge we are throwing to the MPP. Because now we can tell, say, it's only one side and a support to the private members bill, even though it has been adopted by the Parliament of Ghana. And we know we have 275 parliamentarians currently. So since it has been adopted by the Parliament of Ghana with no objection, can it now be considered as a state bill instead of a private members bill? And this is something we want to hear from the MPP. So that we know, say, we are all on the same page. And I ascribe to the call of Honorable Murtala Muhammad said, every single MP said it will take us the rest of the year to debate on this, to pass it in Parliament or in Ghana, there, every single MP must be allowed to debate on this bill. Every single MP. All the 265 MPs, sorry, 275 MPs. Yema obia enka nanum nsem e Parliament on camera. Na yehu obia stand. Because adada no dosu. Adada no edosu. Yes, Ghanaians will patiently watch them. Will patiently watch them espouse however, whatever ideology, whatever stance they have on this issue. In the first place, we were not so. If Ghana is a serious country, we are not supposed to even discuss this issue at all. Because already a bill, already a mra. They said they Anti-Lgbtq. Akatre say Akufo-Addo kaya no enya no correct because already a mra. Yes, but enye de Anti-Lgbtq beba beye. Enye de obeba beye. Awodi Honorable Murtala Mohammed Mami atem eno papa atem.
The statement I remember I made several statements, but the statement I remember vividly I made. I said every single member in this house must be allowed to debate on the issue, so we know the position of every single member of this house, those who are for it and those who are against it. I have made that statement. So if that is the statement you are asking me to withdraw, I humbly withdraw that statement.
Honorable member, you made a specific statement in relation to the minister.
I sat here and repeatedly heard Honorable Murtala refer to me as a practitioner of LGBT to the hearing of everyone in this house. I sat here and repeatedly heard him
Honorable Minister,
shout at the top of his voice and refer to me as a practitioner of LGBTQ. And every single last one of you is behaving as if you didn't hear it. And if in response to that I say he is mad, it is only a madman who will refer to his colleague in this house as a practitioner of LGBTQ. When you haven't seen me having sexual intercourse with your wife or your daughter or your mother.
Honorable Minister.
When you haven't caught me having sexual intercourse with your wife or your daughter or your mother.
Honorable
you
Minister.
Sit there and refer to me in those terms. In those terms.
Honorable Minister.
And we call ourselves honorable members of this house. When you all hear it and pretend that suddenly you've lost your sense of hearing.
Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister, I beg of you, do me that honest, please. Honorable Minister, I beg of you, just do me that honest, please. Just do me that honest.
Madam Anti-Lgbtq once told us, say, we're practicing homosexuality, and in fact, she is proud. We're practicing homosexuality, and she does not regret practicing homosexuality. Yes, Honorable Anti-Lgbtq, she said it. She had an encounter with, or she granted interview to Nana Aba Namwa. Emma Okachara said, well, we're practicing homosexuality, and she doesn't regret. Last year on Asempa, Onu Obi, or Adimiti said she has practiced homosexuality, and she does not regret it. So, what is the issue? Even if Honorable Murtala Mohammed say, you support them and you have practiced it, does that warrant say, oh baba wechi ne mami, ne sister, ne ba, ne brother? Adia will say you don't regret. You said it. You say you don't regret practicing it, and nobody is holding you, having any qualms with you. Say you have practiced it because Ghana is a serious country. Okay, throw away more. Ma
a senator and my congressman and the one sorry case ono wawari mienu even though ba ko pe na wa register in American that day that time na wa be resign emra so ni bedi wa be resign emra so ni bedi for even for practicing polygamy. But here we are in Ghana. Ono wakoye ade a criminal offense. Wasa Philip Bol abeka try say the man is dangerous. They say we are a minister of state, was a MP, we are a role model to the upcoming youth, upcoming generation, was a policy maker. And the man is dangerous. And no, and the man is dangerous. And then there she is on top of her voices. I said, the Honorable Mutala Mohammed Kayeno, I assembly a ship of Obieni. Who would the one who catch her say, you practice lesbianism? Who know kind? You said it. Now you are running away from it. Are you going to come back and apologize to Ghani and say, Adia Okayeno one can ye, and Ampo say, Asama Okayeno who can't. And I said, I know the waka. But say asama wakana me bana me reiterate the wokaya and a crime. What a nation. Where the homofia papa homofia so homofio and country we live in today. You feel proud to tell us say you are a thief, you are a criminal. Now say me ba one thing because oh assume you cry a criminal you say me man can yi. Abra one kasa waka try say you are proud to tell us say we are criminal. We are just not serious as a nation. Because first of all, we were supposed to hold her before the laws of Ghana. But here, because Usu, because MPP, because your holding is a Siana, and one of them was feminist for Abadan for no do more Jew. Because for your bar, yes, Ghana for the movie here, as I said, you know. I think 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yes. You can call if you so wish to also express yourself.
Ana first pa na nkanya kupo puni pa nka kupo do tenko. Oh. One kind of correct. He's a liar.
Debi Kwakwe.
He's a liar. Bau liar. What is about me pepe?
Kwakwe. Show.
On one with the akoso kwa wo memu ha.
On man bia sika se
mo to. Sika chuchu
he is the on say so no onu sika.
Akufado betumi atro 3 million Ghana cedis. On all the payment no. Akufado betumi atro 3 million Ghana cedis.
Nso betumi atro. Ana ntumi ntwe.
Onu onim Akufado onim the akoso ba no.
Onim.
I'm telling you. He doesn't know.
Okay. Ain't possible.
On kind no da bia wada. On ko program bia wada.
Da.
Akufado de bia wonu wada uko program bia sia wonu wada o man pen kra want me ntro 3 million apalo ne na no ye wo na no ya rof wasu ma Akufado pen kra na want me ntro 3 million Ghana cedi but onim the way yetimi Ghana sika de koto yoga chair editing private jet with oba ekoye supi wo bi ba o man pen dia want me ntro 3 million Ghana cedi because the bia wono sorry awada if you want to call ubeti ba frere wa chere wadi +1347472 that's 602 eti Akufado die nensem bebre yes Akufado nsem bebre I'm telling you bebre Akufado die e kase e ka nensem wa ha ye wi enti ye de nebeto wono ma na ya move on with our lives because that guy is just a liar they said okay Akufado is just a pathological liar we cannot pray waka eya no wo yezi waka bia adecha no wo yekio ono de eba ma asema any sikedie any tyranny any arrogance dia any obehu Akufado ewo hono as a president ba eba nipaduo obebu nipa obeye de ebema amanfo obehen ha wo mo ene de hunhu no wo hono de and that is Akufado trademark and hallmark for you enti I was say we share no sunsu very very important that for no problem nti saa na tie nti Akufo-Addo de na de onum no so as I said, if you want to call, you can call and express yourself and to also contribute to the program. Other than that, you can call to contribute. But other than that, in a few minutes, a minute or two, we will call it a day. We will draw the curtains. Very, very important. Yeah, you know, our stand is simple. We say no to LGBTQ. No. Asa. America for so mobeya omunyo omadi. Europe for some obeya omunye you know many problem. Me I don't have problem with them. I don't person omunye no. But do not force it down our throats in Africa or in Ghana. Do not. Basana, we are not a sovereign nation. We cannot think for ourselves. They have to always think for us. They have to always dictate for us to do whatever they want us to do. That is what I don't support. We will also give it a second thought. So, culture and practice. Yeah, the homosexuality, because yeah, the as I say, your culture already any identity. I don't blame them. I don't blame them because we have laws. They said they be a can or ham. They said they also kind. They said the amount for baby Moses for we need lawyer Moses for we need our can. Yes, still the amount of phobia point other within the Amnesty International point say they should register their useless organization and then advocate for homosexuality in Ghana. And then Emrani is against it. Yes, still the amount for who say they should establish and register an organization called Amnesty International and advocate for homosexuality in Ghana. And now I want to say America for a country say you to. Yeah, I'm so for Mr. Article. After this, I mean, you ever had any more between conversation have a wonderful evening.
Eobun Samjuma ni nara Yenya bosu jidie mu centre ni bedi echio Yesu di na ya bosu.
Let's just say Ghanaians no nim say sebi on preduasa suku wo hoi empopa jimi wajimi emfa suku ho suku papa jimi David。
大家好，晚上好。就像你们知道的那样，我们又回到了晚上好加纳这个精彩获奖的电视的节目。你们就知道，就像你们就知道的，你们不管在家也好，在酒吧也罢，你们就需要放松自己，在享受让我们给你们带来最好最佳的内容。
Will you keep quiet? Chai, there is God.
Me nam fiti to no. Me nam tro fiti to. Na no kokko nim say enabi mu wiase a eto die no mbeje but omo jiku foto mu a om fiti foto no to no mo di to mo di to no to foto no to ye ni to ye ni to wo ji to hallelujah me ku foto am fa bo ma no bra me fiti to me ni to ye ni mo pato je mo pato di yes wo ji to di to aden pato ye ni mo pato je mo pato di yes Oji to di to aden pato ye ni mo pato je mo pato di yes Oji to di to aden
sikana she sikano ashe sikano ashe sikano ashe sikano ashe.
Most African politicians, I'm very reluctant to use the word leaders when I make reference to most African politicians. They occupy positions of leadership, but they are not leaders, most of them. First of all, the intention with which they enter into leadership is the problem. They seek office because they love power and privilege and opportunity that it provides to them. They want to become wealthy. And the easiest and shortest avenue to wealth in Africa today is public office. With the minimum effort, you become a multi-millionaire. They go there in order to be worshipped. And they go there not to do the right thing. And once they have been in office, they do so many wrong things that it becomes dangerous for them to leave office. So their continued occupation of office is also to ensure that they enjoy immunity that comes with office. But when you are a good leader who does the right thing, you do not fear to leave office because nothing has changed. And I've seen leaders of that ilk in this part of the continent. And there are quite a number of sprinkling of leaders who have left office and are doing great things. Joaquim Chissano in Mozambique. Ifikepunye Pohamba in Botswana. People like my good friend Jakaya Mrisho Kikwete, Ali Hassan Mwinyi in Tanzania, Benjamin William Mkapa, Joaquim Chissano, as I've said, of Mozambique. These are people who have left office and nothing is happening to them because they are men and women of integrity. John Mahama of Ghana. There are quite a number of them now across the continent who do not fear being out of office, and they are doing great things once they leave office. But there are others who will never leave office, because the day they leave office holding all factors constant, they ought to be arrested. Because they are thieves and murderers. These are the highest crimes known to man. How can they?
Ya kana se wantia ejao ehenya beto mampam oso ontie so dogo binwa bem mampam oso ontie nani amuka nyina guna swati muwe swara mampam oso ontie muwe swara Mampam, also until once upon a time, animal called Mampam. Anything where them go bring them. Mampam said that king know the force. Tiger was a king. Mampam said he know the force. Elephant come. Mampam, some better than you. The peaceful creature panda. Mampam said I want to know the force. Lion became a king. Mampam said I want be the worst ever. Monsomeria. Mampam now become a king. All the crawling animals, everybody become minister. Ya ton ya color TV. Ya dibia so sort of black and white. Oh my equality. Oh my titi apan sam kura. Oh my anima time is yo. Oh my so. Also auntie. So dogo binwa dem. Also yo. Nani amuka nye guna swati. Mube swara Mampam also auntie. Mube swara Mampam also yo. Mampam wete se. Omani su onedi ojineni. Na ojaru webiemu no just wajana na bia su webiemu. Mampa mwa bobosia chanu yini bia watu na kunyana sopen. Ye umuni odeye amimi samni hakasi samukwa. Ya toa yanto Yet your maimu tisama frafo areho sakio tijini oje tuono na odi tuono yeah. So dogo binu abemu na mampam no so nti ye no. So